Welcome back everyone to another episode of Let's Play Dark Souls 2. In the last one, we killed the Lost Sinner, which was actually a surprisingly easy fight for at least me. I hear that in New Game Plus, he will be destroying me in and around the butt area because apparently New Game Plus, I think, makes stuff more difficult. But at least it was easy for me right now, which is always fun. So watch very carefully. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm looking around. It looks like that is a total of 8 enemies that are no longer spawning. Yeah, we just walked through, and there should have been 8 enemies around. 1 on the bridge, 3 in the room behind us, another 2 behind the room, or in the room before that, and another 2 waiting outside. Oh wait, no, 7, because this guy's here. So that makes sense. 3 and 4 is 7. Yeah, a total of 7 fucking guys stopped spawning, and that guy just fell off. That's amazing. I love that. Don't go back. No, don't calm down. I get really confused with the menu sometimes when I'm not paying attention, because Reddit is always on the second monitor when I'm recording. Either that or Malcolm in the Middle, actually. I've been watching a lot of that when I've been playing Dark Souls. I got through a whole 2 seasons before I beat the game. So yeah, I mean, it's fun to have some sort of comedy in the background. Malcolm in the Middle was added to Netflix recently. But regardless, no. What I was trying to say is that, oh yeah, there's a lockstone there. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be used for. I'm sure it's useful, but I don't know what you're supposed to use the water for, to be honest. I will say, though, that enemies stop spawning after, I think the number is 15 times. I think if you kill them 15 times, then they stop spawning. So that means I killed those guys 15 fucking times. And it still wasn't enough to kill the boss. I mean, it was now. God, I'm so glad I staggered this guy. These guys are awesome in design. I love them. But they are a jerk and a half to fight. Also, surprise edit. At this point, there's probably even more that stop spawning. But I am ready for this fight, okay? I got my, I'm going with the same setup I had with the Rotten. So I'm going very lightweight, as lightweight as possible, and this guy deals fire damage, so I'm using some pyromancy. I got this from Rosabeth. Okay. Also, switching it over in case I need to reapply it, I could do it without losing, or having to put away my weapon. So this guy, the Smelter demon, this is the first time we're seeing him. You could actually summon Lucatiel for this fight, but her AI is god-awful, so don't bother. The Smelter demon is, of course, he's similar to the Lost Sinner in that he uses I mean, they're not super similar. If anything, he's closer to, what would you call it? Actually, he's pretty close to the Rotten, but he happens to be a lot faster, and what is it? He's a lot more aggressive, I would say. There's a few things about him you gotta really watch out for. First, he has that, which it's pretty quick and it hurts a lot. When he sort of charges up like that, it's a lot easier. You're supposed to dodge to the side or roll forward at him. Right now I'm taking a bunch of fire damage because I think it's 90% health or 75% health. He will actually activate his, he'll basically flame on, you know, like the Human Torch, and deal fire damage to you. That's why I have my Flash Sweat active. Life Gems could also be useful for here because they heal very little, but they just heal over time, so you won't be taking, you see the Flash Sweat actually ran out, so I'm taking a shit ton more health, or damage right now. Also, when he gets to 50%, he will put his weapon into his own furnace of a chest, which is a real cool design. And it'll actually make the weapon have fire damage, which is really tough, again. So I recommend either Flash Sweat or any sort of fire defense you have, shield, ring, or what have you. Luckily, he's pretty tall, so there's a lot of leeway in terms of space underneath him. But his attacks can be fucking difficult. But mainly just watch out when he does any sort of plunge, because if he does a plunge, just expect him to do the burst afterwards, because sometimes doesn't actually do a burst, but when he does, it really hurts if you're close by. Luckily though, once you really understand how his moves are, you can do a lot of rolling at him, and this boss fight becomes actually fairly easy. See right there? Boom. Like, sometimes it's hard to tell if he's doing a plunge or not, but just assume he is. And there we go. Like, I made it look easy, I think, because I took some damage, but for the most part, I did pretty good. Oh my god, it's another demon soul. What? No, that's not even a thing. Yeah. I'm glad. I'm glad I managed that. So, what to do now is just go upstairs. Literally. I actually never noticed that all of this was over here, but there's also a chest, which is very cool. But bonfire. This cuts out the whole first section and lets us go to the second section without too much worry. Or without having to worry about all the stuff beforehand, which is so nice. I love when they have bonfires like that. Whoopsies. Good thing that didn't somehow kill me. But yeah, I tried heavy armor in this, and oh yeah, I think the porcelain shield is actually really good against flame, which, thanks guys, thanks, I appreciate it, assholes. Sorry, I'm just a little frustrated. That boss fight was tough. Also, these guys can be amazing, or this guy right here at least. I believe this is called the Allion Knight Captain or something like that. But their whole thing is they act as a sort of they look like either a ninja or a samurai. I don't know which one it is. But they always have their hand over their weapon, and they only bring it out to slice, and they put it back in, which is very cool. It adds some character to the enemy. Oh boy, but it's not fun because they could do a lot of damage, because their stuff always has lightning damage, I believe. But anyways, they have a dash ability, which actually, they dash at you, but if you sidestep them ever so slightly, that guy will just dash right into the lava, and it's a little bit amazing. I just love seeing that happen. But we will actually be defeating 2 bosses in this episode, because, well, the second boss isn't that far away, technically. He's only 3 or so rooms away from the other the other bonfire is only 3 or so rooms away from the one we just got to, so it's actually fairly easy to get to him, but there's a few things you gotta look out for, which are a little tough. I mean, there's actually a 4th bonfire in the Iron Keep, but that one is optional and fucking stupid. Honestly. I'll explain why once we get near it. I don't think I end up showing it because it's not fun. I mean, it would be more fun after you get the Smelter Demon. What do you call it?
None of the different.
Alright, I get it. But yeah, no, it would, it's...
No interest.
God damn, it's just not fun, okay? I don't know what to say. It's just not fun. I'm so sorry. Okay, I've been calling her Rosabeth, right? Good. Because I don't want to call her the wrong name. Poison Mist! I will buy you eventually, I swear.
Yes.
What am I even doing? Oh! Oh. Yay! I finally bought it! It helps me beat one of the few last bosses. And let's check the death counter. We are at, holy shit, 32 million. Trust me, I've checked since then. It was at 64 million. I'm pretty sure it's probably past 80 million at this point. That's a lot of deaths. Probably a couple million because of me. Not really, but it's crazy. Back to the Iron Keep, because time for some more destruction. At least for me. It's not fun. Alrighty, so back in my normal garb, I am ready. I think I'll be showing you my successful run through this place, because there was a lot of unsuccessful. There you go. And fortunately, he didn't actually go into the lava. He dashed onto that path, and he's trying to find his way back up. Alright, so there's a couple of turtle bros Why don't I just call them Ninja Turtles? What the fuck is wrong with me? There's a couple Ninja Turtles back there. They'll try to break out a plate of the walkway, which can make you fall. Inside that door, there's a lock stone you could use, and it will actually lead up to a bonfire. And if you hit the switch, there's a lot of things to know. I'm trying to get through all of them. And if you hit the switch, it'll actually drop down that path, changing it from a sort of open square path to a square roundabout trail. But that kills the Ninja Turtles in the middle, which is very nice because they sort of hurt a lot. I don't know if they're upgraded from the last time I've seen them, but at least for what I got, they hurt. But they will die to fire, which is always fun. See it, like right there? Funsies. There's a couple Allion Knights, or Allion, don't know how you actually say their name. There's a couple of those knights that are trying to snipe you, so be careful of that. Also, beware of weapon, because they sort of hurt. But it's okay. In this next room, the only thing you gotta do is go down the stairs, but first be careful, because off to the left here, there's this guy. There's also a, what would you call it? Oh, this is after the point I got my crossbow, so I got that now. I go back to the bow eventually, but there's an ambush there, but I believe there actually is some way to get up onto the pass up top, you see? But I'm not super sure how. I didn't explore very well, and there might have been an illusionary wall and or something I missed. But up ahead, you got to be very careful. I think I'm looking for a good item to help me out here. Yeah, I think I pull out these. So right up ahead is this guy. This turtle bro, this Ninja Turtle, will sit here in this corridor and just try to cause havoc for you. First, it's tough to actually fight him because he has a lot of downward slashing, so you don't want to be in front of that. But also, did I poison him? I almost poisoned him. Poison! Poison, save me! There's actually a trap behind him that stopped you from moving forward. So that's why I didn't just rush past him or anything, which is, it's possible to rush past him in that small corridor, but it's difficult. Right here, there's actually, you have to pull the switch to bring up this essentially guillotine. And that wouldn't be too tough, but the problem is you can't get past without pulling the switch, so if you try to run past the Ninja Turtle, you're going to run into another Ninja Turtle and this. But also, let's see, does it work? No. You can kill him that way. It instant kills him. But their AI is smart enough that they want to draw you back into the fire room and or past this to try to make you die to it. But I ain't having none of that shit, to be honest. I think I managed to kill him, but if not, it's okay. I killed one of the... Oh, yeah, he walked into the fire. That's what happened. I remember now. That's lovely. So in this room, there is a bunch of fire. Be careful. There's an item here. You can grab that just fine. But there's also an item off to the left there. Don't go for it until you put out the fire, which is pretty easy to do. The safe spots are in the corners of the room, as well as, I think, in the middle on each side. I think, yeah, you could fit in the middle on the sides. Maybe not. But yeah, the corners are just fine. Up to my right there. You want to go up that ladder. Alright, also there's this Ninja Turtle, which, ugh, it's a little tough because you have to fight him in the fire, but I was lucky enough to draw him in, and you can use the fire, so try to. Also, my message has been raided. Awesome. You get a little health bonus every time your stuff's raided. I think right here, actually go for the item. I almost get it, but I die, so don't do that. Because I was trying to hide in the middle, which almost worked for a second, but turns out it wasn't. That's not good. Don't do that at all. At all. So when you come in here, what you should do is just come in here, ignore the knights on the other side there, and go straight for that ladder. Because if you go straight for the ladder, it actually takes you up to something very nice. Are you thinking, what's that? Is it the end of the game? Do I have to stop playing this? Can I finally have some, you know, peace of mind and actually sleep soundly at night? No, fuck that. It's a bonfire. I mean, that's peace of mind for me, but for some, it's just like, oh god, there's more of this game. Ugh. I felt like that a little bit. Bonfires are amazing. So this one is super close, super duper close to the final boss of the area. The third, for me at least, old one. Alright, so right here, this will actually turn off the fire. And you can tell by the nicely placed little fire breathers right there. It'll turn off the fire, and now we're free to go get the item. If you want to. I don't remember what it is, but we'll see in a second. Turning off the fire is completely optional, but it is nice. Though if you're trying to kill off the turtles, it makes it real tough because... Oh, lightning short bow, that's right. This fucker. I'm not gonna lie. You could rush past him and all that, but because I wanted the path clear for when I went to kill the final boss, I actually made him stop appearing. So I killed him 15 times in a row because of that shit. I killed him. I got past, and here we are. This wasn't my first attempt, or no. That's right. This was like my second attempt on this boss fight. But here we are. Let's check out the cutscene for this boss, which is actually pretty awesome. Oh my god, I never even noticed the message rated thing beforehand. That's amazing. So from that cutscene, I could have sworn that this guy would have been like 10 stories tall, but this is still pretty good. So this boss fight, I'll talk a little about how difficult it is, but I will say, I like the design. It's different. It's not... I don't know. No, we've had, what is it? He was the guy in the Demon Ruins or whatever. He was all flamey flame. He was actually very similar to this in that he sat off a cliff and you attacked his arms and stuff. This guy is pretty similar. Yeah, you attack his face and arms mainly. He has two sweeping attacks. One, or usually he sweeps from both sides. Also a pound with an arm. The pound is nice because the arm sits there for a while. He has a flame breathing attack, like you see here. I think he always starts at my left side, his right, and then goes over. There's actually a path you can take behind me, which goes around a corner, if you want to. Also, at times he will breathe fire directly and just sit there. He also has, I guess I guess it's hoping it would shove you into the fire. And haha! Flame hands. This guy. He has a laser, and that could actually really hurt. So be careful. But for the most part, it's a lot of just pay attention. Be aware of your surroundings, and try not to do that. Getting hit, it's not fun. It's very possible to get through this boss fight without ever taking any damage, because if you know about that attack, you could just walk out of it. If you know about the swipes, you could easily roll through them. The only thing you have to be careful about is getting an unlucky angle with this and getting your ass kicked. But for the most part, you should be okay. And the rest of it, you could just go to town. Also, sometimes he does that, where he'll attack multiple times with his strikes. I think it would have been cool if he was like 2 stories taller and if he had used those wings, but still pretty cool boss fight. I don't know if anything changes with him in New Game Plus, but it's always possible. Also, for half a second, I was thinking of switching over to some damaging pyromancy, but I didn't. Also, oh my god, right there. That's a bit more dangerous because if you were expecting to be able to roll backwards from that pound, it'll fuck with you. I think I actually get hit by it soon, but that's pure accident. Like, it wasn't supposed to happen. That one is a little more tough because he starts in the middle and then goes towards you, I think. Oh, right here, 2 hands fucks me up hard. I think what you should do is try to get to the very corner or very edges to stay away from that. But it just caught me off guard because I think he only uses it when he's desperate near the end of his life bar. But yeah, this boss fight's not super tough, actually. I said the same thing about the last one in this episode. because it's true. There are some things like this where it's just stupid, but I was able to heal through them just fine. And all in all, I think ranged users will actually have a really easy time with this boss fight. Just poke away at him. You don't have to worry about his attacks other than just dodging. For me, I missed a couple of my opportunities. That's why this took slightly longer than it could have. But I'm pretty happy with this boss fight, actually, because I felt I did it quite matchfully. And this was my first attempt after dying once. So yeah, and he is dead. That's what I love to see. Death by cutting wrists. So, we got a giant, or yeah, we got another great soul. Oh. Also, if you're at all curious what I'm doing by standing right there, I'm actually trying to click record on my software, because I could scrub back and record in the past with quotation marks. So that's what I was doing, because I wasn't sure if it'd be a successful attempt or not, but it was, which is really awesome. Another sublime bone dust for us, and another amazing room filled with nothing. And beware of, like right here, it's like, not here. I was like, god damn it, guys, you got me. But another primal bonfire, another boss taken down. That's 3 out of the 4 we need to kill. In the next episode, let's kill a giant spider. I'll see you then. Goodbye.